When women say they don't always orgasm during sex, do they typically mean during penetrative sex? Or for the overall session? It's a bit of both. It's shocking the amount of men who don't finish the job. I think a lot of people are just having penetrative sex and calling it a day when the guy is finished. It's sad. I personally don't care about orgasming every time. I absolutely hate the let me finish you off as an afterthought. Sometimes it's just not to be, and it's fine, get me next time. I've dated around for a bit, and from what I've heard, the number of men who don't care for women's orgasm is shocking. A few of them said I am the first guy to ever care about them getting their. It's really sad, honestly. A lot of guys simply don't care. Other times women aren't in the right headspace for it. Orgasms for women are very mental things. Everything's gotta line up right. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Different women mean different things. Penetrative sex. Overall, sadly, some men certainly gave it the all-college try, but the majority don't care or notice. Lots of dudes simply stop once they've orgasmed. Confused and lesbian. Seriously, guys, take care of your ladies' needs. Women primarily have OS through direct clitoral contact, and some will O through the two-finger salute stimulation of the G-spot. Usually there is no direct stimulation via penetrative vaginal penis intercourse. I would say that you are an attentive lover who makes sure that your partner has that direct clit stim to reach orgasm. Sadly, this is not common with many men. The women often don't know how to ask for what they need. Sometimes I don't orgasm because I'm not in the right headspace for it. That's entirely my fault, and in those cases the sex is still satisfying. My body just didn't want to cooperate. But if my husband comes first, then yes, the session is over whether or not I've orgasmed. He talks about wanting to satisfy me and is pretty good at making sure I orgasm first. Once he's done though, it's over. I once tried asking him to finish me with his handmouth after he had finished, and I hadn't, and it was the most subpar, unenthusiastic thing I've ever experienced. Super awkward. I'd much rather sneak away to the bathroom and finish myself, lol. Most women can't orgasm from penetration. Both. Women orgasm more in lesbian relationships. There are a few likely reasons. Men often don't pay enough attention to foreplay. This is bad because most women don't orgasm from penetrative sex. Men often don't pay enough attention to mental arousal. This is bad because most women have responsive desire styles. Men often want sex more frequently than their female partners. This is bad because women are less likely to orgasm if their body isn't craving sex. So it's a combination of physical, mental, and hormonal arousal. Lesbians tend to have sex a bit less frequently, so they'll likely be more horny in all three ways, and there's more incentive to have a high-quality experience. Elmo, it's possible she's faking both, but especially with penetrative sex. With some women, penetrative sex without direct clitoral stimulation doesn't quite do it. Others have no problem at all. Even with direct stimulation, sometimes women don't get there every time. But that can be true of men too. What matters is a loving relationship, caring about the other person, and adapting to the ebb and flow of passion and desire without making too big a thing of the occasional miss. IMO depends on the woman, and most have said a orgasm from penetration is different than one from external stimulation. I've always gotten them off externally then had sex. At least I've tried to, lol, maybe they faked it. Overall, sometimes. I usually finish myself off and call it a day. There's probably some statistics on both. Your title, Etherer.